Hello. Welcome to Nice Enough. Ivan.
I'm Natasha.
This Bert. Today we speak at you regarding conspiracy theory.
Whatever you doing and why are we here?
You tell me why we're here. That's all I got for today's show.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit.
I'm trying to be Russian.
It's sounding more German.
Oh, man. And here I thought I was doing such a great job. What's with the tin hats today?
Okay, so we're going to be discussing kind of a hot topic of AI apps and smart devices.
Okay. I have opinions.
We have to protect ourselves from the mind control.
Oh, yes. I should probably move my cell phone so the government can't hear us talk about it. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, then.
No one's going to know what we're talking about today. All three viewers are going to...
Except the computer's right there, the iPhone's right there, there's appliances in there.
Mm-hmm. There's a Amazon thingy. No, we have Google Home.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is such a waste of money. But go on.
I have Alexa.
Is it better? I hope it's better. Yeah. What is AI?
Oh, artificial intelligence.
And how is it used within an app?
So it can be used to generate content, generate words. It can be used to generate art or designs. It can be used to learn things so that it can learn your behaviors and give suggestions for different things that you may need, want, or enjoy. In the app realm, at least, that's pretty much it.
So to equate it into terms that I understand, it's part of the reason why our favorite actors and actresses and writers are on strike.
Yes.
They are worried that movie studios and television studios are going to use AI to replace writers because you can pump enough information into an AI tool. That tool can then spit out
a script.
It can spit out an entire movie. It can tell you what the scenery should look like.
One good example that I've seen online is where they've taken a book or a couple different editions of the same story or book and pumped it through an AI and had it complete an entire movie script for it without needing an actual script writer.
Did they rate how the script turned out? Because we actually were going to try it for our very first episode.
That was hilarious.
And it was horrible.
Yes.
It was so repetitive.
So wordy.
Very, very wordy.
Yeah.
And it kept reusing the same words over and over and over again. So my experience interacting with the tool was not the greatest. No. So I'm coming at it from that lens.
Yeah, no, and I think the script turned out, like, it was okay, but there was obvious stuff in there that you would have to go back in and fix later. Me personally, I both love and hate the idea of artificial intelligence.
Tell me why.
Well, first of all, they're going to take over the world. I mean, have you seen Terminator?
I have.
Yeah,
well, remember you said I sounded like Arnold.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's going to happen someday, hopefully in the very, very far future.
Do you think it'll happen in our lifetime?
God, I hope not.
And what do you think it's going to look like when AI takes over?
I think either two paths are going to happen. They're going to realize humans ruined the earth and they need to be wiped out. Or...
Oh, that's drastic.
Right? Or they're going to think that we are children and need to be taken care of. Have you ever seen the movie iRobot?
No.
In that instance, the artificial intelligence of this robot company that creates all these robots basically realizes that their primary purpose of building these robots was to serve and protect humanity. And so they're like, well, you're babies, you need to be controlled. So they basically, this is your curfew, there's a robot with you all the time, you can do only these things, like very limited.
Oh. So in other words,
control.
It's the Republican Party of today.
Yeah,
they want to look over our shoulders, see what we're doing in our bedrooms.
Yes.
And if they don't like what's happening in our bedrooms or that our children are reading certain books, they want to create policy and control it. Okay,
yes, exactly.
I see.
Yeah.
So in that case, I don't like AI.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
but
just kidding.
I'm a graphic designer. And one of the things I don't like about AI, and actually before AI were these companies where they would just hire a bunch of designers and you could go on and pay like $20 and have 80 different designers design a logo for you and you had to pick one. Those were horrible, by the way. Don't ever use those. If you are a person that needs a logo, just go find a designer. But AI has kind of replaced that in a bit where people can go online and say, I need a logo of this with these colors in a scripty font, and it'll create something for you. Well, that puts me out of a job.
Yeah.
Why do you need me then? On the flip side, I'm also doing a lot of marketing and social media and trying to come up with how much content you need every day for a social profile is so much work. To be able to just go into a thing and say, these are the topics I want to talk about for this month. Give me a list of content ideas or topics, and it can just spit them out for you, and I have something to work from.
Have you used it for this show yet?
I have not used it for this show yet. I have used it on a not another show, but another project I do with e-commerce products and retail stuff. And coming up with product descriptions can be really hard. Like what's gonna catch somebody's eye to make them buy this product?
Right.
And so using AI for that can help me take my words and tune it into something that will be more eye-catching. So that can be helpful. So that's my love-hate with it, is that, it can be helpful in some aspects, but then in others, it can threaten jobs. It can, just ruin stuff that... The other part, like with graphic designers, okay, there's a lot of art that you can go, stock art. You've heard of like Adobe Stock or Shutterstock. They are now, if you're not careful, they are now actually using generated AI art as stock photography. You actually have to look at the little words or little writing, and it'll say generated AI.
Oh.
So like I'll find something, I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. I want to use this in an ad or something. And then I'll see that it was generated by AI. And I'm like, well, no, I don't want to use this now.
Where I see it beneficial, I work quasi in the medical world. When you have really rare diseases and a doctor or a set of doctors, an entire care team can put in the symptoms, the procedures they've tried, the medications they've tried, what they think are the diagnoses to begin with. And you're seeing places like Johns Hopkins University right now really lean heavily on AI within trials in a very controlled setting. But they're able to spit out some very rare diagnoses that people have that doctors just don't think of because they are so rare.
Right. Well, and if you think about, like, raise your hand if you've used WebMD. It's basically an AI that's taking your symptoms and telling you these are what it could possibly be.
Yep, and it's gonna all come down to how it's coded, how it's programmed.
Yep.
Because I hate to say it, and everybody watching from home probably knows this to be true. Every company does a cost-benefit analysis of every product they put on the market.
Yep.
And in the medical world, there is a lot of concern that the cost-benefit analysis, the downside is you will lose a few patients along the way.
Yeah.
But some companies believe and truly believe that's the cost of doing business. And I don't agree with that in any way, shape, or form. I do believe that in general, the medical world is looking out for the greater good of the populations they serve. First, do no harm.
Right.
That's what they all commit to.
Yep.
But can we have AI agree that it will first do no harm?
Right.
We don't know that yet. It's still too new.
It's too new. Yeah, and there's lots of companies out there right now that are changing their terms of service or suing other companies for scraping their websites or their databases to use for AI.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with both the pros and the cons. In the example I gave, the pro is you can save lives with this. You really can when it's coded correctly. The con is until it is coded correctly, I would want a few real life people looking at it from behind the scenes to make sure there is no loss of life as a cost of doing business.
Right.
How else are we seeing AI show up in the real world?
In your smart devices like Alexa or Google or Siri.
Oh,
That's all AI.
I have a hate relationship with our Google machine.
And I love our Alexa machine, actually. And even Siri, because I have Siri in my car. I actually have Alexa in my car as well, which is kind of funny to watch them battle each other.
So
I'll be talking to one when I really mean the other.
Going back to how it's coded and how it's programmed, my husband likes to play around on the Googly Machine app that will do things within the house. The extent of what I know is, hey Google, turn on the family room lights. Oh, it didn't sync to us this time because the lights are on. But if I tell Google to do anything else in the house and the lights are off, the lights in the family room turn on. So if I'm like, hey Google, play this song, cancel Google. If I tell it to do that, our lights turn on.
Funny.
But he also set it up. He was like, I'm going to set it up so every time you walk in the front door, the lights turn on. I don't need it to do that.
Not during the day.
No.
Yeah.
The problem is, a couple nights ago, I came walking into the house. The lights were on. I was standing outside on the front porch here. And I came in the house and all the lights turned off. And I was like, is someone in the house? What? I thought for sure someone was in my house. Because all the lights turned off. And then I heard a noise outside the house. So in my mind, tinfoil hat, I connected the two.
Yeah.
I thought I heard someone either just outside the house or leaving the house. So the way I pieced it together was I open the door, lights turn off, I hear noise outside. Right away I'm like, oh, what is going on? Mm-hmm. So I went downstairs. I was like, honey, did you hear that noise? Like, I came in the house and all the lights turned off. And he's like, well, that's weird. I set it to do the opposite, that when you come in the house, the lights turn on. That's not what happened. No. So proof that how you program these googly machines is really important.
Yeah, I do that. I have, the reason I got Alexa and smart devices initially in my house is entirely smart, is because of children. Remember our frustrating children episode?
Yes.
Mine would never shut off a light, ever, or turn things off.
Okay.
Ever. So I got smart lights and smart bulbs and smart outlets and things so that at 11 o'clock, no matter what, everything in the house shuts off.
Yep, nope, that would scare me.
And it freaks people out, but at the funny time is people that have been over enough at our house, as soon as everything shuts off, they're like, it's 11 o'clock at the Jones house. It's bedtime. Get out. Which is kind of nice because then
That's
leave
where
on
I was
their
going.
own.
I'm going to set it for 8 p.m. whenever we have company.
Yeah.
And then at 8 p.m. all the lights turn out and I'm like, oh, look, the googly machine's telling me to leave. Not me, it's the googly machine.
So yeah, and even though my children have all moved out, I still kept all that stuff. And I have changed things like, when certain things happen, that certain other conditions will go off, which kind of frustrates my wife because not everything works right. So I thought, it'd be really smart if my kitchen lights, which can change color, if it's going to be a storm, they'll go red. Or on trash day, they'll be green. And she's like, why are they always green? Every time I go to turn them on, or I'll come upstairs in the middle of the day, they're just green, and they're on.
That begs the broader question. How much time do you have in a day?
I don't have any.
Because I'm sitting here thinking about all the programming it takes to make it happen.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I just want to plug it in and I'm I know.
Which does not work with my wife. I've told her many times, honey, we have to get this thing. And she'll be like, no. And I'll be like, but I'm a Jones. I have to have this thing. People have to keep up with me. She says.
Oh, I get it now. Oh dear, you're a Jones. I can't keep up with you then. Sorry.
Nope, nobody can.
Where's the rim shot?
It's not working.
Well, anyway, so I want to tell you what creeps me out. Not on the note card. I literally just copied and pasted yours and threw them on mine so I knew where we were going today. And that is when I'm thinking something, have not spoken of it, have not researched it, have not shopped for it, but I'll start a Googly search and it will immediately know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That creeps me out. The other thing that creeps me out is as much as I love TikTok, it listens to every single conversation in your house.
Everything. Listens to everything. So so it cracks me up. Like I have a family member, I won't name their name, who very conspiracy theory, very like, they will unplug my Alexas when they're at our house. Because
I would be like, keep your fingers off my plugins, please.
because they're listening and they're whatever. And I'm like, it cracks me up that they're like that.
Do they carry a cell phone?
They have their cell phone with them everywhere. They are always on it. And I'm like, it's right there listening to you anyway.
Yes.
What is the big deal? So that cracks me up. But everything listens, like your fridge now. Your fridge, your stove, your washing machines.
Ours don't. We don't have smart
No, but
appliances.
the smarter ones, they all listen. Everything listens because all companies want to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, so they can either advertise or make money off of it. And I feel like we're going in another age of advertising. Like in the 50s, advertising were huge. You had Mad Men, who were just about the Madison Avenue marketing and advertising everything. And then it kind of like died down a little. And then you had the 80s with the cereal and the cartoons. They all had ads and everything. And that kind of died down a little bit. And now I feel like we're coming back and it's all about ads again, but it's getting it from your smart device or in your social media or wherever you're at, having it in front of your face.
Yeah. There are certain benefits I see of that. So for example, with the smart washing machines, you can dump all your laundry detergent in it right away. It'll dispense how much it needs for every load. And if it's set up to your Amazon account, it will know when to order more laundry detergent for you. It'll automatically submit the order. It'll just show up on your front porch and you're like, oh, I didn't even know I was out. So I can see the benefits there, but I don't need to be advertised certain products of laundry detergent. And before you know it, you're going to have to scan the barcode of the product that you're dumping into your washing machine.
So it knows.
So that it knows exactly what you're ordering. And that's just a little too much information.
And I think it can be really another good pro of AI and things like this can be really helpful for the elderly. When you have elderly parents or something that you can't necessarily be with all the time, but you need to keep an eye on them, or they're forgetful. Like, I'll be honest, my mother, she loves to do laundry, so she'll do our laundry at our house. But no matter how many times we tell her how much liquid soap you need to use, by the couple weeks later, she's back down to using barely any because, it's a high efficiency machine. You don't need that much. It's like, no, you still need this much. So having that automated machine would be wonderful at my house.
Speaking of laundry, there is someone named the Laundry Guy. I would love to have
I love him. Patrick, I follow him. We're friends on Facebook.
Okay, Patrick, if you're watching, we would love to have you on the show because his argument to everyone who writes, calls, tickety talks him, text messages him, you're using too much detergent.
Yes.
That's his answer to everything.
Yes.
You're using too much detergent. So I'd be curious to know.
His store is Mona Williams at the Mall of America, by the way.
What is it called?
Mona Williams.
Mona Williams at the Mall of America.
I'm pretty sure it's Mall of America.
We should link it in here, even though he's not sponsoring us. I just really enjoy his content. I think
Have you
he's
seen
a great
his show?
creator. No.
He had a one-season show on, I don't remember if it was Discovery or PBS or something. But it was wonderful. Like he restored like old wedding dresses and how to properly wash
that's
things.
a cool idea.
Yeah, it was I loved. After that, I was like, I must find him, and he's got books out. Yeah, go people, find him.
We have a local radio station here in the Twin Cities, My Talk 107.1, and I've heard him on their channel a few times. We'll have to make sure we tag them as well. And I just find him highly entertaining.
He is.
He really is. He's a very captivating.
He had a
individual.
post where he got he was able to get from his childhood a similar model of a children's washing machine that actually washed, I believe, that he loved as a kid, and he was able to find one and put it together and all that stuff.
So it's just basically a salad spinner.
It was kind of a big box.
Yeah,
but
a
but
salad
pretty much.
spinner. You could put your clothes in there and just keep pressing the button
Have you
to dry
seen
them out.
those?
No.
For college people, they're like this one woman. I saw a post where she had, it's not very tall, it's maybe as tall as this, about a third of this size, and it can do a full load of laundry, and you just do this thing, and it spins, you just hook up a hose to it and drain it. Takes up barely any space or any power. I'm like, okay, genius.
But how would a college kid have access to a hose?
Well, I don't, like, you could hook it up to the faucet or something, I think.
Okay. So you could put it on wheels and then like roll it to the bathroom. And
some
like
dorms-
everyone's gonna
some
be like,
dorms.
"Oh, Steve's doing laundry today."
Some dorms actually do have a sink in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dorms are a lot fancier today than they were when we went to school.
Yeah.
Oh, we just dated ourselves. Whoops, sorry about that.
I mean, I think we dated ourselves just by the tin hats.
I mean, I think it's a good look. Yes. This is sort of what I would look like if I had hair. It's very becoming of me.
Except mine should have been more like a bonnet that kind of goes over one eye.
You know, it was hard enough to just get these things on our heads for the episode, so we'll just be grateful with what we got. All right, that is going to wrap us up for this week. Thank you for joining our conversation on artificial intelligence.
We're not really here. We're robots.
We are robots. iRobots.
I have two of those.
You have two what?
iRobots. A Roomba and a Brava.
Oh, I have not invested in them because I know my dogs would hate them and would destroy them. So,
You might be surprised. My two dogs just ignore it.
no. Our littlest dog, she tries to attack the vacuum cleaner.
Maybe she would just sit on it and go for a ride.
I don't think she's smart enough. She's cute, but she's dumb. She is dumb, and we will talk about her in the upcoming weeks. She is adorable, but she is the dumbest dog I have ever encountered in my life.
She comes at you sideways.
She does. She does. And yeah, we'll get that another day.
She's like, pet my head and my butt at the same time.
It's the kidney bean. All right, that is going to wrap us up for this week. We thank you so much for joining our conspiracy conversation. Don't forget to follow, like, click, share, send, comment, tell your friends how much you hate us. We would appreciate it. And go out there and try to be kind to one another. But if you can't, remember, you only have to be
Nice enough.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.